And welcome back in the podcast. Hey, today we are delving deep into looking into why people are considering buying houses in northern Nevada sight unseen and relocating here. So, we just had an experience with this. We had a client who moved here that didn't have a lot of funds and couldn't necessarily come out and check all the houses. So Elena and I teamed up and helped them find the dream home, and it was sight unseen until they came here about a week ago.
Yeah.
So once again, my name is Ken Angst, team leader of the Angst real estate team, here with Elena from Wholesale Mortgage. How you doing?
Good.
And today we're going to specifically talk about if you're thinking about relocating here to Reno, Nevada, and you're tight on time or budget or whatever the reason is, how to buy a house sight unseen. Mm-hmm. So let's jump in. We just had a client from Florida move here. She actually did come out with her family and check out a few of the neighborhoods, but when she went back, then we started looking for a home. So we kind of want to go into how that experience worked, and if you are in that situation, how to negotiate it. So, all right. So why are people considering sight unseen?
Well, a lot of times, if you just put yourself in their shoes, for the most part, people are relocating here for work. Right? So it could be university, it could be Panasonic, it could be Tesla, it could be active duty military. So in those situations, a lot of times it's, get there by this date, right? They've got a contract to fulfill for employment, and sometimes it doesn't afford them the time to fly back and forth, let alone with their whole family.
Right. Tight deadlines.
Yeah. So in that situation, they've got a lot to do. They've got to pack. They've got to list their home. They've got to assemble their team here locally or wherever it is they may be purchasing. So it's just a big ask in a short period of time.
Okay. So the first thing is, if you can avoid it, sight unseen always makes us nervous because you never know how you're going to react when you finally show up.
Right.
But if you have to do it, this is the podcast we're going to cover right now. So first things first, obviously, is you want to locate and put together your real estate team.
Yes.
Talk about this a lot. Usually starts with your realtor and your lender. Mm-hmm. Do some research online.
Right.
Find somebody, check out their sales, find out, look at their websites, figure out if they're the person, to make sure that they do quite a few transactions. Mm-hmm. You don't want someone that does 1 or 2 transactions a year.
Right.
You want to make sure that whoever you're using has a lot of different sales across Reno Sparks area, yes, not just in one location. And that's how a real estate team like us, we do sales all over. So, and then you want to find a lender. So what are the tips that they should look for finding a lender?
It's just primarily, not always the rate that helps you with the lender that you're going to choose, because you can always find a lender that's going to be 0.02 cheaper in rate or 0.08, etc. But you've got to really trust your lender, and that's not just with relocation. That's always the case, because when you're asking as many important questions about a big financial transaction, you've got to believe what they're telling you.
Right.
And if you don't have any trust and belief, in the relationship, it just makes for a tough transaction for everybody. So it's really important to start talking on the phone, the texting, and the emailing, all of it in whatever way you're comfortable. And you have to make sure your lender will talk to you in your time zone as well, because if you're 3 hours ahead, sometimes you've got to coordinate things properly and have someone that has the flexibility to help work with you through those things.
So, all great points. The other thing is, make sure we like to work with lenders that are local. Mm-hmm. If things go haywire in a transaction, if you're working with someone in your old place like Florida or New York, it's hard, and they're on a different time zone. How fast these deals come together is sometimes I got to get a pre-approval letter now. Right. And want to get it in with an offer. So make sure you're looking with someone that's local, and talk to 2 or 3. I recommend that for lenders, and I recommend that for realtors. Make sure that the person you're working with has a good relationship with your realtor and fits your personality.
Right.
Because sometimes personality is important. So take a look at that. So the other thing that's important when you are considering a sight unseen sale, if you have to do that, is if you have friends in the area.
Absolutely.
So talk a little bit about that.
Huge part to help. Even if you know someone just as an acquaintance, they can say things to you that realtors and lenders are not allowed to address with you. They can talk about specific neighborhood qualities, So that's a nice help to have. And they can even do things like drive by the property for you, even if they can't go inside on your behalf. So it's really nice to have that little personal touch there.
Great. And yeah, and even if it's a coworker. So if you're
Yes.
moving here and you make a relationship with someone that you interviewed with, get there, pick their brain. Pick as many people's brains as you can.
Yes.
Do a lot of research, but look into it. The third thing that we like you to look into is try and make a visit if you can. I know that our person came out one time. We met her friend.
Yeah.
We drove around for 4 hours, gave a really good sense of all the neighborhoods. And then the other thing is that, you know, a lot of that is going to be determined based on getting pre-approved up front, because you don't want to waste a lot of time. You know, if you're in the $700,000, $800,000 range, you don't want to be looking at $2 million homes.
Right.
And as a realtor, we'd appreciate.
Yeah. Wasting your own travel time as well. That's valuable travel time.
So probably before you make a site visit, you probably want to get all your paperwork in, all your documentation, and figure out what you can afford.
Right.
Because obviously that's going to determine where you can be looking.
Yeah.
What's next, Elena? Do lots of online research. You know, a lot of the title companies we work with have great relocation packages that will give you an ideas of all the different neighborhoods. Your realtor should have a website that kind of goes into most of the neighborhoods you're looking at. What are some other ideas? Elena has some great ideas when you're looking at that.
Yeah, Nevada's got a great property tax structure. It's one of the big benefits of living here and moving here. We see a lot of small businesses relocate here just for the tax benefits. Our property taxes locally here work on depreciation. So that means if you purchase a home that has been lived in before ever, there is some depreciation applied to it. Now what level depends on the home and the age. So that's certainly important to talk to your lender. Like I consistently tell people, you find 5 homes you like, email them to me so I can tell you what the payments are, because there's no singular calculation to give you your total house payment. We've got to check out each one for you. And it's a quick thing to do once we have all your information, but that can mean the difference of $500 per month at minimum for some homes. So that's really important, because then on the other side of that, if you're looking at new construction, if you think about that, there's no depreciation to be applied. So that can mean your house payment is $1,000 more a month depending on the price range. So it's something super important to check out, and a big tax benefit to look at when you're relocating to Nevada.
So we have lots of videos. Obviously, we do lots of podcasts. I've interviewed the assessor.
Yes.
So if you want to jump in to the depths of how property taxes are calculated in the most complex way possible, I'll link it above. Take a look. Chris Sarman does an excellent job of explaining it, and if you watch that video, I guarantee you'll understand it. But the biggest thing is, if you start looking at new homes, you're going to be shocked at what the property tax is.
Right.
Usually double. So if you can look at older homes, it's going to save you on the property tax side. What other tips you have for someone relocating here?
Just looking at your commute time, you know, our low traffic commute times typically are another big perk of relocating here from bigger cities especially. So if you look at not just the distance in your commute, but the commute time at the peak hours, that's really important, because you have to decide if that's, you know, one of the factors that, you know, say, yes, I want to do this, I want to try to live here. Because the commute time can mean the difference between 2 hours a day less with your family or 30 minutes, right? So that's going to help you decide which neighborhood you'd like to live in as well.
Also check school ratings. We have those on our website, livinginsouthreno.com. Click on schools. It has all the different schools, what they're rated. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out from us. What else?
I'm a big fan of the local moms Facebook groups. I go there for everything. You know, they'll tell you, you know, that school's great, this one isn't. Check out this private school, look at this public school, etc. Childcare, sports, anything that you're wondering about in the way of raising family is a great resource to check out. And of course, you don't have to live here yet. If you're wanting to just check it out as someone thinking about moving this direction, we're happy to share those links with you as well.
Yeah, so comment below if you want those links.
Yeah.
That's a great way. If you're thinking about moving here in 6 months, start doing the research now.
Yes.
Reach out to us for any contacts for, you know, relocation guides. And this is how your realtor and lender should work. They should have all the whatever you need. they should have at their fingertips. So
Should be
that's
thought of.
why we're a good partnership as we have all this.
Yes,
So.
think of these things ahead for you, not for you to have to dig for the information yourself.
So the last tip is, with technology, we should be looking into, if you're looking at homes, your realtor should be able to do a FaceTime or a video of any property that you're looking at, buying sight unseen. A real good benefit that we had when we had a client recently was her friend came up from Sacramento and actually came to the home inspection, which was great comfort. We walked the property for a couple hours and really gave a sense to them, and we FaceTime a lot. It was really beneficial. And then also, the seller allowed us to get on their Wi-Fi, and we did an hour presentation with the inspectors. So there's a lot of technology that allows you to buy sight unseen if that kind of fits what's going on. So any other last tips?
Just back to the activities, think about what you like to do where you live now and make sure the area is compatible with you. One of the best things about our area here is the activities. There's something going on constantly. We've got balloon races and hiking.
Tahoe.
Yeah, I mean, it's endless in the best way. There's so much to do. Sometimes I feel like it's overwhelming, but if you would like to check anything out, we're constantly posting about those kinds of things as well. And then, back to your family, if you want to make sure that there's an active community for whatever sports your kids participate in, we can help you with that information as well. Like, I know I had a family, it's been a while back, probably 6 or 7 years ago, super surprised that Lake Tahoe didn't have a really big indoor hockey community. Now we do, thankfully, but that's something to just pay attention to if it's important to your family, and we can certainly help with those things.
Yep. So again, if you want more information about this, like our pages. We're always putting out content, both of us. We're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Just Google us. We have all the resources. Check out our websites. What's your website? And then we'll take off.
WMSReno.com.
And then we're living in southreno.com. We have lots of resources. Reach out to us. Comment below.
Yeah.
Like our videos. Continue to watch. Share this video. If you live locally and have a friend thinking about relocating, we'd love to work with them or your business.
Yeah, happy to help.
All right, you guys take care. Until next time, we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.
Bye.